Deep in the whispering woods lived many animal friends. Sunbeams danced on the forest floor. Butterflies flitted between colourful flowers. There was Benny the bunny, always with his nose twitching. Flora the fox, known for her cleverness. Sammy the squirrel, humming happy tunes. And Rosie the raccoon, with her gentle heart. Every day was an adventure in the whispering woods. They played hide and seek amongst the giant trees. They shared juicy berries found in hidden clearings. The animals always looked out for each other. That's what made the whispering woods so special. One sunny morning, Benny the bunny hopped through the woods. He was on his way to the great oak tree. That's where they were having a picnic. Benny held a basket of delicious carrots. He couldn't wait to share with his friends. But suddenly, Benny stopped. His nose twitched nervously. There, in the middle of the path, was a rushing stream. It hadn't been there yesterday. How will I get across? Thought Benny, his ears drooping. The stream was too wide to jump over. Just then, Flora the fox came trotting by. "What's wrong, Benny?" she asked, noticing his worried face. Benny explained about the stream and the picnic on the other side. "I can't swim," he said, his voice trembling. "And my carrots will get wet." Flora thought for a moment, her brow furrowed. Then her eyes lit up. "Don't worry, Benny," she said. "We'll find a way to get you across." Flora was known for being clever. She always knew what to do. Benny felt a little better already. Flora looked around. She spotted Sammy the squirrel gathering nuts nearby. "Sammy," she called, "we need your help." Sammy scurried over, his tail bushy with curiosity. He listened carefully to their problem. He hummed, tapping his chin. Then Sammy did something surprising. He started to sing. But it wasn't just any song. It was a special song, a song of friendship and courage. As Sammy sang, Benny felt braver. Flora felt hopeful. Even the stream seemed to quiet down a little, as if listening to the beautiful melody. The gentle notes of Sammy's song floated through the magical forest, weaving between the trees and drifting over the sparkling river. The melody was so enchanting that it caught the attention of every creature nearby, including Rosie, the raccoon. Rosie's ears perked up as she paused, listening intently to the distant music. She could sense that something important was happening, and her curiosity was instantly piqued. At that very moment, Rosie was busy collecting plump, juicy berries by the riverbank. The sun sparkled on the water, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers. Rosie loved these peaceful mornings, gathering treats for her friends and family. She always made sure to pick the ripest berries, carefully placing them in her little woven basket. Rosie was known throughout the forest for her gentle heart and her willingness to help anyone in need. Whether it was sharing her food, offering a warm hug, or simply listening to a friend, Rosie was always there. The other animals admired her kindness and often came to her for advice or comfort. As soon as she heard the commotion, Rosie didn't hesitate. She set down her basket and hurried through the woods, her paws moving quickly over the mossy ground. She could see a group of animals gathered near the stream, their faces filled with worry. Rosie's heart beat a little faster. She knew she had to help. "What's all the commotion?" Rosie called out as she approached, her eyes wide with concern and her voice gentle but strong. She looked from one friend to another, searching their faces for answers. Rosie always wanted to make sure everyone was okay. Flora the rabbit quickly explained the problem. The stream had risen after last night's rain, and Benny's precious picnic basket, filled with fresh carrots, was in danger of getting soaked. Benny looked especially worried, his ears drooping as he clutched his basket tightly. The other animals gathered around, trying to think of a solution, but no one seemed to have an idea. Without saying a word, Rosie gently untied the colourful scarf she always wore around her neck. The scarf was special to her, a gift from her grandmother, but Rosie didn't hesitate for a moment. She knew that helping a friend was more important than holding on to a keepsake. Rosie knelt down beside Benny and offered him the scarf with a warm, reassuring smile. "Here," she said softly, her voice full of kindness. "This will help protect your carrots from the water. It's strong and colourful, just like you, Benny." Benny's eyes lit up with hope as he took the scarf. Together, Rosie and Benny carefully wrapped the scarf around the basket, making sure every carrot was safe and snug. The other animals watched, their worries melting away as they saw how Rosie's quick thinking and generosity saved the day. Benny was deeply touched by Rosie's thoughtfulness. He looked up at her with gratitude shining in his eyes, feeling lucky to have such a caring friend. The scarf not only protected his carrots, but it also reminded him of the power of kindness and friendship. With careful paws, Benny finished wrapping the scarf around his basket, making sure it was secure. Rosie watched with a proud smile, happy to have helped in her own special way. Now, even if Benny had to cross the stream, or if it rained again, his carrots would stay dry and safe. The animals cheered, and Rosie felt a warm glow in her heart, knowing she had made a difference for her friends. Flora, Sammy and Rosie gathered close, their furry heads almost touching as they whispered and wondered what to do next. The magical forest around them was alive with the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant chirping of birds. But the friends were focused on one thing: helping Benny. Across the sparkling stream, Benny waited patiently, his little arms wrapped around a bundle of bright orange carrots. The water was too deep and fast for Benny to cross alone, and the friends knew they had to find a way to help him. But how could they get him, and his precious carrots, safely to their side? Suddenly, Flora's eyes lit up with excitement. She bounced on her paws and exclaimed, "I know! I have an idea!" Her friends turned to her, eager to hear what she had in mind. "We can make a bridge," Flora announced, her voice full of hope. She pointed toward the stream, imagining a safe path stretching from one bank to the other. Flora's gaze landed on a pile of sturdy logs nearby, left behind by the wind and rain. "Look! We can use those logs to build our bridge," she said, her tail wagging with excitement. The logs looked strong and just the right size for their project. Sammy and Rosie's faces lit up with joy. They nodded eagerly, thrilled by Flora's clever idea. Working together sounded like an adventure, and they were ready for the challenge. The friends quickly got to work, gathering not just logs, but also sturdy sticks and long, twisty vines to help tie everything together. Each friend had a special job. Flora found the straightest logs, Sammy searched for strong vines, and Rosie collected sticks to fill in the gaps. Together, they rolled the heavy logs to the edge of the stream, giggling and cheering each other on as they worked. It wasn't easy, but with teamwork, even the biggest logs seemed lighter. They pushed and pulled, using all their strength and encouraging words. "We can do it!" Rosie cheered, while Sammy grinned and gave a little hop of excitement. The logs slowly lined up, one by one, forming the beginnings of their bridge. With careful paws, they tied the logs together using the vines, making sure everything was snug and secure. Flora double-checked each knot, while Sammy and Rosie made sure the bridge was steady. Soon, their hard work paid off. Before them stood a sturdy log bridge, stretching bravely across the sparkling water. The friends stood back and admired what they had built together, their hearts swelling with pride. The bridge wasn't fancy, but it was strong and safe, just right for Benny and his precious carrots. With smiles and laughter, the friends waved Benny over, ready to welcome him to their side and celebrate the power of kindness and teamwork. Benny was amazed. "You did all this for me?" he asked, his eyes wide with gratitude. "You're the best friends ever." Just then, a wise old owl swooped down from a treetop. He had been watching the friends and was impressed by their kindness. The owl hooted softly. With his beak, he gently lifted Benny's basket of carrots. "Let me help you across, little one," he offered. Benny felt safe and cared for in the owl's strong talons. He waved to his friends as he soared over the stream. The owl gently placed Benny and his carrots on the other side of the stream. "There you go," he hooted. "Enjoy your picnic." Benny was overwhelmed with happiness. He thanked the owl and then turned to his friends. "I couldn't have done it without you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. He knew he had the best friends in the world. They had shown him kindness, courage, and the importance of teamwork. Together, they enjoyed their picnic under the warm sunshine. The air was filled with laughter, friendship, and the sweet taste of juicy berries. As they gathered around the colourful picnic blanket, Benny the bear looked at his friends and felt a warm, fuzzy feeling in his heart. The sun filtered through the tall trees, casting a golden glow over the magical forest clearing. Laughter and cheerful chatter filled the air as the animals shared their favorite treats: juicy berries, crunchy nuts, and sweet honeycombs. Benny realized something important as he watched his friends pass food to one another, making sure everyone had enough to eat and no one was left out. Helping others wasn't just the right thing to do, it also made him feel happy inside. Every time Benny offered a paw to help or shared his honey with a friend, his heart seemed to glow a little brighter. He noticed that kindness was like a gentle breeze, spreading happiness to everyone it touched. The more he gave, the more joy he felt, and the more his friends smiled back at him. It was as if the whole forest was alive with the magic of caring and sharing. Benny knew he would always remember this special day, the day he truly understood the power of kindness. He looked around at his friends, each one unique and wonderful in their own way, and felt grateful for the love and support they had shown him. The group hug they shared was more than just a cuddle. It was a promise that they would always be there for each other, no matter what adventures or challenges lay ahead. From that day on, Benny made a promise to himself and to his friends. He would always try to be just as kind and helpful to others as they had been to him. Whether it was helping a tiny mouse reach a high branch, sharing his favorite snack, or simply listening when someone needed a friend, Benny knew that every act of kindness made the woods a better place. He wanted to be the kind of friend who made others feel safe, happy, and loved. And so, life in the Whispering Woods continued, filled with adventure, laughter, and wonder. The animals explored new paths, discovered hidden streams, and played games beneath the twinkling stars. Every day brought a new story, and every story was made brighter by the kindness they shared. The forest was alive with the sounds of joy and the gentle rustle of leaves, as friends old and new came together to celebrate the magic of friendship. The animals knew that as long as they had each other and a heart full of kindness, any problem could be solved. When storms rolled through or shadows crept in, they stood together, brave and united. They learned that even the smallest act of kindness, a gentle word, a helping paw, or a shared smile, could light up the darkest day. Their unity made them strong, and their kindness made the woods a place where everyone belonged. The Whispering Woods was a magical place, made even more magical by the love and friendship shared by its inhabitants. Every tree, every flower, and every sparkling stream seemed to sing with happiness. The animals knew that their greatest treasure wasn't the food they shared or the games they played, but the kindness that connected them all. It was this kindness that made their home truly wonderful, a place where dreams could grow and every heart could shine. And so, as the sun set and the animals waved goodbye, Benny and his friends knew that in the Whispering Woods, kindness always found a way. No matter what tomorrow might bring, they would face it together, with open hearts and gentle paws, ready to share the magic of kindness with everyone they met.